Okay, so we're still at Broken Stick, which means there is. Oh, we got a short break. We got a short break.
We got a short break.
We got a short break.
We
have a cream ale. We have a cream ale first.
Cream ale first.
Clear.
Cheers.
Smells like beer.
Smells like beer.
Cheers.
Cheers.
You know what? That's actually proper for a cream ale. It's just not something I would love. I mean, bready, biscuity, little
Simple drinking.
Yeah, simple, easy.
It is what it is. It's a cream ale, easy drinking.
I believe this is called Happy to Be Here.
Happy to be here. Yep.
I mean, Happy to Be Here it should be Happy to Be Here because it's just a beer.
And it's a 4.8% ABV or something like that.
Yes, and it's fine for what it is. I mean, you can't say there's anything wrong with it.
No, it's a cream ale.
So out of 10, I don't know. I'd give it maybe a 6.5.
6.5.
I wouldn't buy it again, but there's nothing wrong with it. I would drink it anytime somebody else bought it.
Yeah.
Because I'm Irish and I'm an asshole.
If Chad bought me one, I'd drink it.
And if Dale bought me one, I'd drink it. Little Ray's Gator Ale is next, which is a New England IPA at 6. Is that 6? No, that's a 5. 5.5.
6.5.
6.5?
Yep.
Oh, I did read it right first time.
6.5. And look, it's hazy.
And Little Ray's is it actually is a amphibian-like thing.
Yes, it's a reptile organization here in the Ottawa area. They take in abused and less fortunate reptiles.
Yeah, and all those, let's get an exotic pet. Oh, God, it got big.
Exactly. Ball pythons that got too big for the customer, they take them in, and they have a little museum that you can pay, go visit, and all the money goes back into the animals and the organization.
I'll give you, this is, like you said, a hazy beer, which is something we haven't really seen today.
Yep.
And it smells citrusy.
Yep. Citrusy.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Now, is it actually hazy, or did Eric just put...
It's Sean now.
Oh, sorry, Sean.
The old owner was Eric.
Who would have just put flour in it.
Exactly. He sucked. But the new guy, I think his name is Sean. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure it's Sean.
It is juicy, but it's not overly juicy. But it's not bitter either.
I'll get some.
It's just nice. Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. You know what? It's very sweet, not so carbonated.
Yeah, it's almost like it's a oh God, it's almost like it's a cask beer.
Yeah, it's very
got that soft, supple.
mild carbonation.
Yeah.
And nice sweetness, a nice fruitiness. You know, it's a pretty good NEPA.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about how I'm not a big fan of IPAs, but that's an IPA I could get behind. Soft, subtle, very little bitterness, if any, at all. But just those nice flavors coming out on it.
Yeah.
Really nice. I really like that.
Yeah.
I would give that a 7. I would buy that. Now, I don't know which one the hazy is.
The Hazy Bear Pale
So we
Ale.
got, Hazy Bear.
Yeah, Hazy Bear.
Yeah, I like this little thing here they gave us. Hazy, is that a remake of an original beer? I think Hazy Bear might have been a beer we've seen when he was
Might have been. But
This one is a New England Pale Ale that is 5.5. So Hazy Bear.
And it is the color. It is hazy. And look at this head.
Yeah,
It's a really nice head.
You seem to be getting better head than me. What the
Yeah.
hell, Alicia?
Alicia, he doesn't mean that.
I love you, baby. Not much.
Not
Just
much?
a little bit of citrus, and that's about it.
Yeah,
But
a
hey,
little bit of
whatever.
citrus. Whatever. Cheers.
Okay, so this is a lot akin to the Gator, but it's a little more bitter.
Yeah.
And I mean, when I say a little, I mean legitimately like a little.
A little bit more bitter and a little bit more carbonation aggressive. There's a little bit more.
Yeah, this one you would
carbonation on
think.
it.
This one you would think was just lightly carbonated instead of a cask ale.
Exactly. But smooth, soft.
But the flavors are very akin. It's soft, sweet, citrusy notes.
Yeah.
And I mean, I can't complain about that.
No.
That's another IPA I could get behind. But I mean, again, I actually have people that view me that actually look for IPAs I hate, so that they'll try them because that means they'll like them. And if it's an IPA I like, they probably won't like it. And this is one of those IPAs I actually like, so not everybody's going to like it, which is fine. It's not very bitter.
No, not at all.
It's just got that citrusy note, and I like that. I would give that a 7 out of 10. I would buy that again myself.
And it looks really good.
Last but not least, we have Retro, which is somewhere on here.
It's the small one.
It's the small one?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right. You picked up you let them pick for us, and they picked a horrible one.
Yeah, a horrible one.
Well, we don't know if it's actually horrible, but Retro is a retro grade Brett IPA from 2023 at 8% alcohol by volume.
So it's right up there with the Doppelbock we had at Brew Hoffman.
A little bit of haze to it.
A little bit of haze, golden color.
Oh, it does have that barnyard funk smell. Like the Brett is apparent.
Oh yeah.
You get that horse blanket smell.
Yep.
And I always loved, I would say horse blanket all the time when I would smell it. And I know that horse blanket is something a lot of people use. And you'd always have a viewer, at least one, that would be like, how do you know what a horse blanket smells like? My grandfather had a farm. He had horses everywhere.
Yeah.
I know what a horse blanket smells like. It's not something I want to admit to because it fucking smells gross, but
It has a bit
cheers.
of that. Cheers. It has a bit of that hay smell too.
It's like I just stopped there because that actually is very Brett akin, but scarily, it doesn't have a lot of warmth for an 8% alcohol beer. I was going to say, people used to get angry when Ken would talk about something tasting like piss. And they would be like, how do you know what piss tastes like? And for those of you that never found out, Ken was a Master Chief Warrant Officer in the Army. He actually drank pee as part of his training. So,
give us an email. We can send it.
yeah.
There's volume 1 or volume 2.
Yeah, so this one here, it's a Brett double IPA, 8% ABV. There's a bit of a sweetness to it. Well, actually, it's really sweet. There's a slight fruitiness to it, but like Chad said, it has that barnyard smell, horse blanket, slightly hay style of smell to it. And it's something some people will like and something some people will hate.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure how I feel about it, but you're right. People will either love it or hate it. I don't think you're going to have a lot of people in the middle.
You either love it or hate it.
And I mean, I'm not a big fan of Brett because I mean, I personally think Brett has been overdone. I also think that Brett is a scary thing to introduce into your brewery. Because unless you're very, 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 very meticulous in your cleaning, it's going to overtake your brewery.
Exactly.
And I hate breweries that bring it in because a lot of them will bring it in, and then for the next like several years, every beer will have a slight Brett taste.
Yeah. The one time, me being I used to be a brewer at a professional scale. I'm just homebrew scale now. But Brett is one of those strains that you would have an isolated tank for. That way, anything that you're going to brew with Brett, you use for Brett only, because Brett is very overpowering yeast.
Yeah, and I mean that's the one reason I always thought about brewing with Brett. I mean, most people that drank my homebrew loved it. I didn't personally. I didn't think it ever turned out the way I wanted it to, and I would never use Brett because I don't have enough faith in my ability to make sure I got rid of it all before I made my next beer.
It's hard to get rid of once you introduce it. That I know for sure, being a professional brewer.
Now, saying all that, do I think this is bad? No, but I think this is more akin to a saison than a double IPA.
Yeah, I think you're right, Chad. I think that it has more characteristics of a saison than it does a Brett. Simply because there's a lot of farm yard qualities to it. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying it's great, but it's, you know what? It's one of those beers where you try once and then if you like it, great, try again. If you don't like it, don't try it again.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't dislike it, but I don't think I would drink it ever again. I mean, I talk about this sometimes in my videos. I love trying new things, and to be something that I'll drink again, it has to be really good, because you damage your liver every time you drink.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest. As much as we both like beer, beer is not something that is great for everybody. And it's not healthy for everybody. And sometimes in the amount you drink, it's not healthy either. So an 8% alcohol Brett beer, I don't think I would go to it again because I don't really particularly enjoy the flavors of Brett. It's a well beer brewed, yes. Does it make me disgusted? No. But I'd still probably give it a 5 because I don't think I would drink it again. But there's nothing wrong with it.
And I'm with Chad. I won't drink it again. It's good to try once and forget. Simple.
All right. Cheers, guys.
Cheers, guys.